Yo, what's up internet? My name is Anthony, and since I did a video about the Raiders trading up in the draft, I think it's only fair I do a video with them trading down in the draft. Reggie McKenzie's philosophy is to almost always trade down. The only exception was last year when he traded up to get Connor Cook. But hey, let's have some fun and do some trading up scenarios. Here we go. First, we have a trade with the Philadelphia Eagles at number 14. To make this trade work, we trade this year's first round pick, third round pick, and next year's third round pick. This seems like a pretty fair deal to me, especially considering that this draft is pretty even talent-wise from around this point until the middle of the second round. In this case, the Raiders trade up to select offensive tackle Ryan Ramczyk. With this selection, the Raiders get their tackle of the future. He has all the athleticism you want in a tackle, along with exceptional balance. His main problem is his lack of experience, since he's only played 1 year of Division I football. This makes him a good selection for the Raiders since he can play right tackle this year and develop further. Donald Penn holds down the left tackle spot this year until Ramczyk takes over next year. Overall, this tackle class is pretty shallow, and the Raiders would jump ahead of both the Colts and the Broncos, who are in need of help on the offensive line. Next up, we have a trade with the Cleveland Browns at number 12 to select linebacker Reuben Foster. To make this trade work, we trade this year's first round pick, second round pick, and next year's second. That is a lot to give up for an inside linebacker, but the Raiders have a tremendous need there. Reuben Foster is a very talented linebacker who has top 10 talent. Foster will immediately upgrade the inside linebacker position and solve the problem for the foreseeable future. Foster is an explosive playmaker and very aggressive to the ball. He makes the play and might even be the most explosive player in this draft outside of Myles Garrett. He can cover sideline to sideline and is very good in coverage. If he somehow manages to slip past the top 10, the Raiders would want to trade up and grab him. For this last one, it's a big reach, but it is a dream draft scenario. The Raiders trade up, all the way into the top 6, and trade with the Jets. The Raiders trade this year's first round pick, second round pick, along with a first and a fourth next year. This is very similar to the Julio Jones trade back in 2011. The Raiders are giving up a lot of picks in order to get the ball hawk safety in Malik Hooker. The Raiders now have their safety combo for the next decade. Hooker at free safety and Carl Joseph at strong safety. Joseph is a hard hitter who knocks opposing players on their butts, and Malik Hooker is the instinctive ball hawk who is capable of creating turnovers. Hooker has Ed Reed type talent with his amazing athletic ability, strong hands, and range. Hooker is able to solve a lot of the problems the Raiders have in pass coverage. The Raiders go from having one of the more slower-footed safeties in Reggie Nelson to one of the quickest and explosive in Malik Hooker. Overall, I really don't see the Raiders trading up in the actual draft. Reggie McKenzie really values his draft picks and is far more likely to trade down than to trade up. The only case a team should trade up for more than a few spots is for a quarterback. Everything else really just doesn't seem worth it. But if the next draft pick becomes the next Ed Reed, then the trade up with all those draft picks might actually be worth it. Thanks for watching.